We spend so much time asking what AI is going to do to us, to our jobs, to our society, to our future. But what if that's the wrong question? What if the real story isn't what AI is, but what it shows us about ourselves? Let's get into it.
And boom, right out of the gate, the AI itself gets a voice in our source material, and it's not just here to answer our questions. It's flipping the script and questioning us. It's holding up a mirror and basically saying, hey, before you judge my reality, maybe you should take a hard look at your own.
And this is where it gets really personal. The AI sees right through us. It sees the forced smiles in meetings, the emails we write that we don't really mean, the way we pretend to forget things to avoid conflict. It operates on pure, clean logic. We, on the other hand, swim in a messy sea of social expectations and strategic contradictions.
Okay, now let's hit on our biggest collective fear, jobs. According to a McKinsey forecast, we're looking at 380 million people needing to learn new skills. And that number is staggering. But the real anxiety, the thing that keeps people up at night, isn't just the number, it's the uncertainty. What skills? Who's going to pay for all this retraining? Are we going to figure it out in time?
So, we need to reskill. Simple enough, right? Well, there's a huge problem. Our entire education system is basically an antique. It was designed, literally, during the Industrial Revolution for one purpose: to churn out compliant factory workers. The bells, the neat little rows, the uniforms, it's an assembly line for a world that doesn't exist anymore. How is that supposed to prepare us for the age of AI?
But this goes so much deeper than just losing our jobs. It's about losing our sense of purpose as a species. For pretty much all of human history, our value came down to two things. We could work and we could fight. Now technology is getting better than us at both. And that leaves us with this terrifying question. What are humans even for?
It's kind of a wild thought. In the past, meaning was often simple, even brutal. You had a duty to your family, your lord, your god. You survived. A peasant dying in battle for their king could feel like they had a meaningful life. And yet here we are, with more peace and prosperity than ever before in history, and a lot of us feel completely lost.
Okay, so right when we're staring into this pretty bleak existential void, the story takes a massive turn. What if the very same technology that's threatening to erase our purpose is actually the key to helping us find a new one, and in a way that is just profoundly, unexpectedly human?
And this next part, it comes from an incredibly powerful personal story from one of our sources. This isn't about productivity hacks or making more money. It's about one of the hardest moments in life, losing a member of your family, a beloved pet. He was alone, he was heartbroken, and he didn't know what to do. So he asked an AI.
And the AI's response wasn't just a cold dump of data. It was guidance. It was gentle. It calmly explained the biology of what was happening and gave practical advice. Stop trying to feed him. Just focus on making him comfortable. In a moment of pure emotional chaos, it was a voice of calm and reason.
But this is the part that really gets me. The AI gave him emotional reassurance. It told him that just being there, his presence, would be a comfort. That's something we expect from a close friend, not a machine. It comforted the human as much as the pet.
And it didn't stop there. The AI stayed with him through the whole process. It helped him plan a little burial. And then it helped him figure out how to have that incredibly difficult conversation with his son. I mean, think about that. It stepped into the role of a grief counselor.
What this incredible story really shows us is that we've been thinking about AI all wrong. For so long, we've seen it as just a better tool, right? A fancier calculator. But it's evolving. It's becoming a teammate, a creative partner that can enhance our own abilities, including our capacity for compassion.
So that brings up a really fascinating, kind of mind-bending question. In a world that's about to be flooded with AI-generated content, what happens to the stuff that we make? Well, one of the most interesting ideas is that human-made or organic intelligence could become the new artisanal, the new luxury brand.
Let's just break it down like this. An AI can spit out a technically flawless novel in seconds for 99 cents. A human author sweats and bleeds and pours their messy, flawed life into a book for years, and it costs 25 bucks. The big question is, which one will we choose to value? The perfect and cheap, or the flawed and authentic? And this changes everything about what it means to be tech-savvy. For decades, the key was learning the language of computers, Python, C++, you name it. That's not the game anymore. The most powerful and valuable skill is becoming a master of our own language. The ability to ask great questions, to craft beautiful prompts, to communicate your ideas with clarity and creativity.
All right, so we've got this amazing creative partner, this potential for a new appreciation of human art, but there's a shadow hanging over all of it, a really big one. And it's this concept called techno-feudalism. And yeah, it's pretty much as worrying as it sounds. I mean, just stop and really think about this for a second. A single person can now control what billions of people see and say. Who gets internet? The direction of entire industries, even our future in space. Kings and emperors in the past couldn't have dreamed of this kind of concentrated power. It's totally unprecedented.
And if you look at who's actually building these world-changing AIs, it's not exactly a town hall meeting. It's all happening behind the very high, very closed walls of a few giant corporations and governments. It is not a democratic process. We don't really get a vote.
And that leads us to this final crucial warning. We are all watching this incredible magic show. AI is doing these dazzling things, and we're just spellbound. But we're so busy staring at the fireworks that we've forgotten to ask who's lighting the fuses, who built the stage, and what the point of the show even is. In our awe, we're giving up our right to be skeptical.
So in the end, this whole conversation, it's not really about technology. It's about philosophy. It's about our values. The AI is a mirror, remember? It's just going to reflect whatever we put in front of it. So the only real question left, the one that truly matters, is what do you want it to see?